The black void. You keep falling. Tiny red dot. Maelstrom of fire. Storm of ash. Howl of torment. Blood and steel. The night is cold, yet your soul burns in the crematorium, from which there is no escape, or so it may seem. Drenched in sweat, you hear the voice of a stranger. He keeps repeating the same phrase with a foreign accent. Wake up. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. A dark-skinned nomad looks down at you. He says, everyone is here. It's time to go. Notifications 1. Health plus or minus 0. Button. Previous. A dark-skinned nomad. Leave the tent. Button. Character tab. Leave the tent. Leave the tent. Having gathered your belongings, you step outside, soon blinded by the cold light of day. The caravan master says, good morning. We've been waiting for you. Figured you earned a good night's sleep. Just say the word, and off we go. Character tab. Tab. Character tab. Level 8. Experience 1315 of 1550. Attributes. Open tool. Derivative. Open. Strength. 3. Health. 270/207. Charisma. 1. Protection. 14. Resilient. 2. Plus 2. Speed. 1 point. Agility. 4. Blockchain. 0%. Perception. 3. Perception. 3. Minus 1. 3. 0. Blockchain. 4. Agility. 1 point. Speed. Plus 2. 2. Resilience. 2. Close character tab. Having gathered your belongings, look at the crew. Button. Look at the crew. Used. Clad in fur mantles and chainmail armor, militia soldiers are helping the rest of the crew with the final preparations for departure. The 4 soldiers are heavily armed, carrying swords, bows and arrows. Look at the crew. Look at the crew. Used. The mercenaries have arrived, armed with swords and decked out in leather armor. The 3 of them are loitering on the sidelines, while the rest of the crew prepares for departure. Look at the crew. Used. Look at the crew. Used. Aside from the caravan master and his family, the Deadland nomads look like they can't handle themselves if it comes down to it. No doubt, these people. Let's move out. Button. Let's move out. You heard the man. No time to waste. With those words, the caravan master walks away with his wife and children to their ox-drawn carriage, and slowly but surely, the caravan gets moving. In the meanwhile, you are approached by a couple of soldiers. One of them is a lieutenant, distinguished by the copper badge on his fur cloak. He says, hail, young veteran. Messages, now. 55%, 60%. Words. You heard the man. No time to waste. With those words, the caravan master walks away with his wife and children to their ox-drawn carriage, and slowly but surely, the caravan gets moving. In the meanwhile, you are approached by a couple of soldiers. One of them is a lieutenant, distinguished by the copper badge on his fur cloak. He says, hail, young veteran. Previous. Salute the officer. Button. Salute the officer. The lieutenant commands, forward, march. Obey his command, but question his authority. Button. Obey his command. Obey his command. You march with the lieutenant in front of the moving caravan. He says, looks like we already hit a bump in the road. He points to a large crowd of destitute people. They stand before the gateway to the river shrine, blocking your Observe the crowd. Button. Observe the crowd. Most of them are unarmed, famished, and dressed in rags. You recognize the bald-headed, one-eyed cultist in the crowd. She steps forward, holding a wooden mallet. The lieutenant sighs, doomsayers, ellipsis. What are your orders, lieutenant? Button. Character tab. What are your orders? What are your orders, lieutenant? Not gonna slaughter a bunch of civilians on holy ground, unless I have to. He sighs again. We don't know what they want. Let's find out. Keep marching. Button. Keep marching. The one-eyed cultist stands her ground. Merchant, know that we mean you no harm. We are on a pilgrimage to the distant shores of Penumbria. I am told that you are heading the same way. All we ask is that we join forces. What say you? The lieutenant looks back at the caravan master. It's your call. Listen. Button. Listen. Frustrated, the merchant cries, I don't care what you do, as long as you stay out of our way. Apparently satisfied by this response, the one-eyed cultist twirls the wooden mallet, prompting her followers to disperse. Step through the gateway. Button. Step through the gateway. You head out on the country road. The ragtag cultists are scattered around you, waiting for the caravan to emerge from the gateway. Blackbirds take flight above the forest hills. Look at the cultists. Button. Look at the cultists. Crippled veterans on crutches, emaciated children, glum widows. These are the people of the Western Highlands, left broken and hopeless in the aftermath of war. When the sky serpent appeared in the night, they bowed down in worship. And who can blame them? Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Follow the country road. Talk to the lieutenant. Talk to the lieutenant. Got 2 soldiers trailing behind the caravan. We stay in the front. Got supplies and bedrolls in the back. Need a break. Something to eat. Knock yourself out, but get back on the road as soon as possible. Follow the country road. Button. Follow the country road. Talk to the lieutenant. The journey south is long and arduous, and as time goes on, your numbers grow. One after another, curious strangers emerge from the forest, and without exception, they soon decide to join your ranks, hoping that a better tomorrow lies beyond the horizon. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Keep your eyes open. The locals might seem harmless, but you never know. Talk to the lieutenant. Keep marching. Button. Keep marching. Time passes, and the caravan keeps moving, both at a snail's pace. The ox-drawn carriages are struggling to advance over the snowy hills. Weary and frostbitten, some of your fellow travelers fall by the wayside. You leave them on the side of the road, knowing that nothing else could be done. Previous. Talk to the lieutenant. Keep marching. Talk to the lieutenant. Talk to the lieutenant. Don't think about it. Don't look back. Eyes front. Keep marching. Button. Character. Keep marching. Button. Keep marching. A howling blizzard wreaks havoc on the forest hills, and bodies keep dropping. Cold and tired, you grow numb to the tears and lamentations left in their wake. Screaming at the top of her lungs, the one-eyed cultist preaches to her followers. The storm separates the wheat from the chaff. Previous. Listen to the cultist. Button. Listen to the cultist. Used. The weakest among us were bound to fall. Listen to the cultist. Used. Button. Talk to the. Listen to the cultist. Listen to the cultist. Used. Weak or strong, we shall find peace in the hereafter. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. We will get through this. Ellipsis. Keep marching. Button. Keep marching. Talk to the lieutenant. Night falls on the highlands. The storm has passed. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. The officer looks worried. He says, "Did you hear that? Ellipsis? Look around. Button. Look around." Shadows move upon the snowy cliffs. They attack without warning. Arrows rain down from above. Time slows down as you witness the sudden devastation. Several people are hit, choking on blood. A civilian drops to his knees with an arrow lodged in his throat. Check on the lieutenant. Button. Attack. Check on the lieutenant. Attack the. Run for. Attack the. Check on the lieutenant. Check on the lieutenant. The lieutenant barks. Don't just stand there. Move. Soldier. Kill. Reaching for his claymore. He begins to ascend the snowy cliffs, showing no sign of hesitation. Attack the archers. Button. Run for cover. Attack the archers. Attack the archers. Having no fear, you seek out a pathway to higher ground and charge the enemy. The one-eyed cultist is right beside you, clutching her wooden mallet with both hands. She looks back and screams to her followers. Now, and in the next moment, the highwaymen atop the cliffs are pelted with rocks. The continuous barrage is enough to provide a momentary distraction. Inventory tab has inventory. Arrow, bronze, iron, recurve short bound, talonbark spear. Talonbark, combat, act, combat, income, replace, slot, equip, button, unequip, close inventory tab. Having no previous, move in for the kill, button. Initiating combat. Highwayman to your turn. Apply combats. Move. Apply combats. Apply. Activate. Aggressive. Defensive 1 action. Attack. Activate. Attack. 10 to 8. Attack. -12. Attack. -12. Highwayman 2's turn. Attack. Evade. Attack. Protected. Highwayman 1's turn. Move. Attack. Protected. Your turn. Move forward. Move. Thrust. Trip. Attack. 10 to 18. -11. Trip. Cost. 1 act. Trip. Cost. Thrust. Cost. Thrust unavailable. -78. Your turn. Trip. Attack. Talonbark. Attack. 10. Attack. Critical. -24. Trip. Cost. Thrust. Cost. 1 act. Thrust unavailable. -68. Look around. 2 down. Many others remain. Swinging her wooden mallet, the one-eyed cultist caves in the skull of a highwayman. His eyeballs pop out like egg yolks. Arms flailing, his brainless corpse falls off the cliff. Without skipping a beat, she moves on to the next target. Look around. Button. Look around. Used. The lieutenant is fighting a couple of bandits near the edge of the cliff. His claymore disembowels both of them in one fell stroke. Look around. Used. Look around. Used. The mercenary is locked in battle with a pair of outlaw swordsmen. Having blocked their strikes with her shield, she rapidly counters with a sequence of devastating slashes, drawing blood from vital arteries. Look around. Used. Button. Look around. Used. An outlaw swordsman comes at you, swinging wildly. Defend yourself. Button. Character tab. Defend yourself. Initiating combat. Highwayman. Your turn. Thrust unavailable. Trip unavailable. Attack. 10. -12. Critical. -24. Trip. Thrust unavailable. -40. Return to the. It's over. The snowy cliff is littered with bloody entrails and severed limbs, and the few survivors among the outlaws are running for their lives. Wooden mallet resting on her shoulder, the one-eyed cultist laughs. Keep running. You spineless rats. There will be no place for you to hide when the world burns to ash. Previous. Look around. Notifications 8. 3 times gain 10 experience. Gold +7. 2 times gained rusty iron broadsword. Gain 3 times arrow. Gold +3. Button. No. It's over. Previous. Look around. Talk to the lieutenant. Look around. Button. Look around. The outlaws escape into the forest. There were no casualties among your allies. Snow falls from the dark sky. You can see the fiery serpent above the clouds. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Dislodging his claymore from a ribcage, the lieutenant mutters, "You fought well, soldier." Return to the caravan. Character tab. Return to the caravan. Return to the caravan. The caravan master steps out from his ox-drawn carriage. He checks on his beasts of burden, satisfied that they were left unharmed. Glory to Abiddon. We made it. Most of the people around him are miserable. Some of them are injured. Others are grieving. Clapping his hands twice, he shouts, "Listen up. Folks, about time we set up camp." Messages. Previous. Just, do you think it's safe to stay here? Button. Do you think it's safe to stay here? The caravan master replies, "Nowhere is safe. We must rest. Simple as that." Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Set up. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. He's right. They might come back. Sure. But if they want to find us, ellipsis, they will find us anywhere. Set up camp. Button. Set up camp. Blackout. You don't know how or when it happened, but here you are, in a place of nothingness. Death? Maybe. Sleep? Yes. This dark void is familiar, and the city burns below, drawing you in. The infernal vortex of black ash. Keep falling. Heat rising. A thunderous voice from above, drowning out the screams of suffering. The woman speaks, like sparrows. We move south. Ellipsis. Previous. Open your eyes. Button. Open your eyes. Look around. Notifications 1. Health plus or minus 0. Button. Crackling flames. People look around. Crackling flames. People are gathered around the campfire. You are among them. The one-eyed cultist speaks. Ellipsis. But our journey is not one of survival. Life is worth nothing in this doomed world of ours. Ellipsis. Look around. Listen to the look around. Button. Look around. Used. The one-eyed cultist remains the center of attention, but not everyone is listening. The caravan master speaks in hushed tones with his wife and children. His crew is drinking wine and playing cards nearby. Look around. Used. Listen to the sermon. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. He makes a sour grimace, muttering, foreign which better stop running her mouth. Ellipsis. Look around. Listen to the sermon. Look around. Used. Look around. Used. The lieutenant sits beside you, sipping from a jug of mead. Another soldier is dozing off nearby. Look around. Listen to the sermon. Button. Listen to the sermon. Used. Comma. Ellipsis. What we seek is a way out. Away from this world of corruption and violence. We are not the ones who cursed this orb of clay. Life was made worthless by the powers that be. Ellipsis. Look around. Used. Listen to the sermon. Used. Button. Look around. Used. Button. Look around. Used. The mercenaries are drinking and talking among themselves, paying no heed to the cultist. Look around. Listen to this. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Don't worry. Got soldiers watching the perimeter. Look around. Listen to the sermon. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. He takes a swig of mead and wipes off his mouth with the back of his hand. I served in the war. Same as you. Got the scars to prove it. Heard you got it bad though. Look around. Listen to the. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. You know what's gonna happen when we find your brother, right? The lieutenant takes another swig of mead. Better not put up a fight. Might have to teach him a thing or two. Ellipsis. Look around. Listen. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Forget I said anything. Ellipsis. Look around. Listen. Go back. Character tab. Go back to sleep. Button. Go back to sleep. You are lulled back to sleep by the monotonous chant. And comes sunrise. The caravan is already preparing for departure. You lie huddled by the dwindling campfire, watching the gray skies above the forest hills. Get ready to leave. Button. Character tab. Tab. No notifications. You are. Get ready to leave. Button. Get ready to leave. Gaze across the journey continues over the hills and into the valleys of the Western Highlands. Never in your life have you traveled this far. You seem to grow stronger for each day that goes by. Perhaps life on the road is precisely what you need. As the caravan keeps moving, the signs of spring are manifold. Could it be that the long winter is finally over? Gaze across the forest hills. Button. Gaze across the forest hills. Seems like the snow is thawing. Patches of dirt are visible here and there. There is a sense of excitement in the air. The caravan master exclaims, "Rejoice, it's the first day of spring." His wife replies, "And some of us thought this day would never come." Ellipsis. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. He cracks a smile. Praise ye Fenris. What these doomsayers are peddling will be a lot less convincing. Ellipsis. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. We're almost there. Just a few hours more. Be at the city gates by nightfall. Ellipsis. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. No time like the present. Ellipsis. Let's move out. Keep marching. Button. Keep marching. Nightfall. The moon and the serpent shine bright among the stars in the black skies above the forest hills. And there it is, the town of Sickle. You can't see it from afar. The sprawling settlement is encircled by watchtowers and palisades. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. I know you're tired, but there will be no time to rest when we get there. Can't let your brother get away. Keep marching. Button. Keep marching. The gates of Sickle are closed. A guardsman is posted outside, holding a torch and a spear. He says, "Can't let you in. Come back tomorrow morning." Notifications 2. Gained 100 experience. Completed objective travel to the town of Sickle. Button. Character tab. Tab. Close. Experience 1000. Level 8. Level 8. Experience 1445 of 1550. Close character tab. The gates of Sickle. Show him the mark of allegiance. Button. Show him the mark of allegiance. You show him the symbol on your left forearm. Raising an eyebrow, the guardman says, "Came from the north." Huh? Our humble town can always use more soldiers. Hold on a second. Ellipsis. He looks up at the guard tower and shouts, "Hey, drop the ladder." What about the others? Button. What about the others? Soldiers only. Nobody else gets in. A rope ladder drops down from the tower. As the lieutenant approaches, the guardsman salutes him. As for the others, ellipsis, feel free to set up camp down by the lake. Gates might open tomorrow, but no promises. Talk to the caravan master. Button. Talk to the caravan master. Used. A minor setback. Don't worry about us. We're used to this. Ellipsis. Talk to the caravan master. Talk to the caravan master. Used. Clapping his hands twice, the nomad merchant shouts at his crew. Listen up. Everyone, town's closed. I know you're all tired and hungry, but we're gonna have to make do. Ellipsis. A murmur of disgruntled voices can be heard from the people in the caravan. Talk to the caravan master. Used. Talk to the caravan master. Used. Until we meet again. Barnabas. Ellipsis. The nomad merchant gives you a nod as he cracks the bullwhip. Slowly, his ox-drawn carriage moves away from the gates, and the caravan heads downhill to the shores of Lake Peril. Talk to the lieutenant. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. You go on ahead, Barnabas. Find your brother. Ellipsis. And bring him back alive, if possible. Talk to the lieutenant. You. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. It's better if you go alone. Won't spook him. He trusts you. Ellipsis. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. But remember, ellipsis, when the time comes, do what you must. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. Button. Talk to the lieutenant. Used. You'll find us down by the lake. Good luck, soldier. Talk to the mercenaries. Button. Talk to the mercenaries. Pay us what you owe. Pay the merc. Talk to the one-eyed cultist. Climb the rope. Talk to the one-eyed cultist. Button. Pay the merc. Talk to the one-eyed cultist. Button. Climb the rope ladder. Climb the rope ladder. Someone taps on your look back. Character tab. Look back. Button. Look back. It's the leader of the mercenary. Pay the merc. I don't have the money. Button. I don't have the money. So it's like that. Huh? Watch your back. Soldier. Ellipsis. The mercenaries walk away into the night. Climb the rope ladder. Button. Climb the rope ladder. You climb up the rope ladder to the top of the guard tower. A soldier grabs you by the arm and pulls you in through the window. He speaks with a raspy voice. Welcome to the town of Sickle. Ellipsis. His wide grin reveals the many gaps between his teeth. Look around. Button. Look around. There's an open window on the other side of the guard tower. Uncorking a jug of wine, the old soldier sits down on a wooden crate in the corner. He points to a floor hatch. Talk to the soldier. Button. Talk to the soldier. He takes a swig from the jug of wine. It's late. Ellipsis. Go bother someone else. Ellipsis. Open the hatch. Button. Open the hatch. You open the floor hatch. There's a stairwell to the ground floor. Go downstairs. Button. Go downstairs. You walk down the creaking stairwell to a cluttered entryway, where another soldier sits on a bunk bed, sharpening his blade with a whetstone. He looks at you with a puzzled expression. Talk to the soldier. Button. Talk to the soldier. Who are you? The name's Barnabas. I'm a soldier from the north. Button. The name's Barnabas. I'm a soldier from the north. Uh-huh. Ellipsis. Well, there ain't no room for you in here. Ellipsis. Gotta find your own place to get some kip. Can you spare some supplies? Button. Can you spare some supplies? No. I need equipment. Ellipsis. Button. I need equipment. Ellipsis. Not my problem. Ellipsis. Who is your commanding officer? Button. Who is your commanding officer? He's dead. Got murdered last night. Barracks burned down too. We're taking orders from Lakeside Outpost. Town's locked down tight. Ellipsis. Seems like I arrived at a bad time. Ellipsis. But seems like I arrived at a bad time. Y'all got that right. Everybody's scared. Ellipsis. Nobody really knows what's going on. Still trying to figure things out. Ellipsis. I'm looking for my brother. Ellipsis. Button. I'm looking for my brother. Ellipsis. Good luck with that. Ellipsis. Go outside. Button. Go outside. Used. The door is locked. Can you unlock the door? Button. Can you unlock the door? He shrugs. It's your funeral. Ellipsis. Putting aside his blade and whetstone. The soldier walks over to the door and unlocks it. Go outside. Used. Go outside. Used. You open the door and step outside. The soldier says, Hey, Ellipsis. What is it? Button. What is it? Standing in the doorway, he gives you a worried look. Feel bad for you. Ellipsis. Dangerous out there. No refuge. Barracks gone. Ellipsis. Church got torched by the doomsayers. Ellipsis. But there's one place you can go. Down yonder. Ellipsis. He points to a dark street. Morgan's Tavern. By the marketplace. Ellipsis. Previous. Anything else I should know? Button. Anything else I should know? Nah. You're good. The soldier opens a drawer and takes out a couple of things. Catch. He throws a small bundle and a torch at you. Walk away. Button. Walk away. Look around. He slams the door shut behind you, locking it immediately. Notifications 2. Gain bandages. Gain torch. Button. Look around. Button. Look around. Burned out cottages and broken fences are lined up along the unpaved street. You hear people hollering and screaming somewhere in the distance. A large bird of prey flies overhead. Look up. Button. Look up. It's a falcon. The majestic wingspan paints an ominous silhouette against the backdrop of the crescent moon. And just like that, it's gone, swallowed by the darkness of night. Walk down the street to the marketplace. Button. Walk down the street to the marketplace. Not knowing where else to go in this forsaken town, you follow the directions that were given by the soldier in the watchtower. Around the corner, the street has been blocked off by debris. The barricade is guarded by a gang of armed thugs. Inventory tab has arrow, bronze javelin, bronze punch dagger, iron battle axe new, bronze punch dagger, a sharp knife with a triangular blade. Combat 7 income replace slot equip button unequip medicine 2 medicine food armor set armor barrel lid oiled leather vest equip brown leather oiled barrel lid. This round wooden lid 50 income slot equip button unequip 50 income slot unequip barrel oiled brown light mimetic steel worn leather weapon worn leather bracers up to arm income replaces slot equip button unequip close inventory tab previous not knowing where previous main menu gold 5 encumbrance 21 of 28. Watch them from afar, but approach them. Watch them from afar, button. Watch them from approach them, button. About half a dozen people are loitering in the middle of the dark street, armed with knives and cudgels. A rough-looking, heavy-set man towers above the rest of them. Approach them, button. Approach them. You step out from the shadows, revealing your presence. The thugs are staring at you, brandishing a knife. One of them says, Jingle jangle, ellipsis. Standing next to him, the large man holding a torch, and a cudgel speaks with a wide grin. Jingle jangle, ellipsis, gotta pay the toll. Step aside, how much do you want? Attack, button. Attack. Initiative you will receive an okay, got it. Tough, your turn. Attack. 12 puncture on a attack. 12 to 4 attack. -10. Attack. Critical minus 18. Punch. Pummel. Move. Apply combat save. Apply. Active. Aggressive. Defensive 1 action. Bandit 2's turn. Active. Tough bandit. Distance from you. Attack. Block. Rogue 1's turn. Protected. Your turn. Attack. 12. Punch. Attack. 12. Minus 10. Punch. Pummel. Cost. Minus 11. Minus 10. Critical minus 18. Puncture. Puncture. Cost. 1 action. Puncture. Minus 16. Bandit 1's turn. Protected. Rogue 2's turn. Block. Bandit 2's turn. Attack. Block. Your turn. End turn. Apply. Move. Pummel. Puncture. Attack. 12. Attack. Minus 11. Punch. Pummel. Cost. Minus 11. Minus 11. Critical minus 18. Puncture. Puncture. Cost. 1 action. 1. Puncture. Minus 17. Tough bandit's turn. Defensive stance. Evade. Rogue 1's turn. Block. Rogue 2's turn. Protected. Your turn. Attack. 12 to 14. Attack. Minus 10. Puncture. Minus 17. Pummel. Cost. 1 action. Pummel. Minus 11. Minus 11. Minus 10. Bandit 2's turn. Block. Rogue 1's turn. Move. Your turn. Attack. 12 to 4. Attack. Minus 12. Pummel. Critical minus 19. Minus 12. Minus 11. Puncture. Attack. Bronze barrel. Your health. Effect. Your action. Bandit 2. Selected. Distance from you. 1. Health. 22 of 76. Tough bandit. Defeated. Bandit 1. Defeated. Rogue 1. Distance from you. 1. Health. 67 of 67. Rogue 2. Distance from you. 2. Health. 67 of 67. Move forward. Move away. Pummel. Puncture. Attack. Puncture. Minus 17. Rogue 2's turn. Move. Bandit 2's turn. Defensive stance. Your turn. Attack. 12 to 4. Attack. Critical minus 20. Pummel. Cost. 1 action. Puncture. Puncture. Minus 18. Pummel. Cost. Minus 13. Minus 12. Minus 12. Rogue 2's turn. Protected. Bandit 2's turn. Evade. Your turn. End turn. Apply. Move. Pummel. Cost. 1 action. Pummel. Critical minus 19. Minus 12. Minus 11. Punch. Attack. Attack. Minus 11. Puncture. Puncture. Minus 19. Rogue 2's turn. Attack. Miss. Your turn. Your health. 2 effects. Your health. Your barrel lid. Bronze barrel lid. Barrel. 15%. Income. Barrel. Weapon. Armor. Encumbrance. 15%. This 15. Income. Unequip. Button. Barrel. Weapon. 6. Armor. Weapon. 6. Weapon. Bronze punch. Iron battle axe. Bronze. Close. Button. Bronze. Iron conjar new. Iron. Bronze punch dagger. Equip. Iron. Recurve short bow new. Rusty iron broads. Talonbark spear. Weapon. 6. 4 new. Close. Button. Attack. 12 to 4. Minus 11. Puncture. Pummel. Puncture. Minus 18. Pummel. Cost. Critical minus 20. Minus 12. Minus 12. The thugs are done for. Their fractured bodies lie scattered around you. Lurking in the shadows, wide-eyed street urchins tremble in fear. Having witnessed the slaughter, they soon disperse into back alleys. Climb over the barricade. Notifications 8. 4 times gained 10 experience. Gained 15 experience. Gold plus 9. Gained barrel lid. Gained 4 times bronze throwing knife. Button. The thug. Climb over the character. Climb over the barricade. Climb over the barricade. Barrels and busted furniture are piled up here. Having climbed over the barricade, you can see the distant light from the tavern in the marketplace. Approach the marketplace. Button. Approach the marketplace. You have reached the marketplace. Empty stalls are lined up around a well in the center of the square. Rowdy noise can be heard from the tavern on the other side. Warm light emanates from the windows. Look around. Button. Look around. Seems like no one else is outside. A large bird of prey takes flight above the marketplace. Look up. Button. Look up. It's a falcon. Could it be the same one you saw before? No sooner than the thought enters your mind, the bird moves out of sight. Approach the tavern. Button. Approach the tavern. The front door swings open. A flood of drunken revelers pours out from the entrance. Waving his fist, a red-faced man stands in the doorway, shouting at the top of his lungs. That's right, get out of here. Every last one. Oh yeah, if you people can't settle your differences without breaking my tavern, take it outside. YouTube. Previous. Look at the crowd. Button. Look at the crowd. Most of them are young men. Your brother is not among them. Enter the tavern. Button. Enter the tavern. Talk to the owner. You step through the open doorway. The place looks like it's been ravaged by a storm. Grumbling to himself, the owner sweeps the floor behind the counter. His 2 employees are salvaging what's left of the broken furniture. Some pieces are thrown into the burning fireplace. Previous. Talk to the owner. Talk to the employees. Button. Talk to the employees. One of them says, we're closing up. The other one adds, yeah, hit the road. Ellipsis. Talk to the owner. Button. Talk to the owner. Wiping the sweat off his forehead with a dirty rag, the barkeep says, listen, ellipsis, we're just about to close up for the night. Ellipsis, ellipsis, his face hardens. You, ellipsis, I've had enough of you, coming and going at all hours, acting like you own the place. Either pay your tab or scram. Previous. You've probably got me confused with my brother. Ellipsis. You've probably got me confused with my brother. Huh? The barkeep calms down. Yeah, ellipsis, sorry about that. Strong resemblance? You know, guess, I can't blame ya for the sins of your kin. Ellipsis. I'm trying to track him down. Ellipsis. I'm trying to track him down. Ellipsis. Distracted by the noise from the crowd outside, the barkeep shouts to his employees, make sure nobody else gets in. I've had it up to here with, ellipsis, cursing under his breath. He shakes his head and looks at you apologetically. Rough night. You were saying? I'm looking for my brother. Any idea where to start? Button. I'm looking for my brother. Any idea where to start? Nah. Your brother stayed here for a while. Had a few friends with him, as well. Slept during the day, out late at night. Ellipsis. Usually came back in the morning, looking all banged up. My assumption was that they were doing mercenary work. Plenty of jobs like that in town. Ellipsis. When did you last see him? Button. When did you last see him? Last night. Ellipsis, when all hell broke loose. Hate to say it, but, ellipsis, there's a good chance your brother is dead. What happened last night? Button. What happened last night? Somebody torched the barracks. Chief Simeon and most of his men got killed. Things were barely under control before this happened. You can only imagine the chaos and bloodshed that followed. Ellipsis. What can you tell me about the people who were with him? But what can you tell me about the people who were with him? He sighs. Not much. 2 other men. 1 woman. Looked dangerous. Heavily armed. Ellipsis. Scars on their faces. The usual clientele. Did he say anything to you? Button. Did he say anything to you? Not really. Kept promising they would pay me later. And like Elle said before, they looked like mercenary types. Ellipsis. And we get a lot of those around here. Don't always get paid up front. So I let it slide. Ellipsis. Can I take a look at his room? Button. Can I take a look at his room? Furrowing his brow, the bald-headed barkeep replies, listen, ellipsis, you come in here, asking all kinds of questions. Ellipsis, let me tell ya something. Only reason why I haven't thrown you out on the street with the rest of them is because I'm expecting you to do the right thing. Ellipsis. What are you character tab? What are you talking about? Button. What are you talking about? No need to look upstairs. I already checked the room. Nothing there, except for this. Ellipsis. The barkeep grabs a leather satchel from behind the counter. He puts it down in front of you. You want it? Pay his tab. Ellipsis. How much does he owe you? Button. How much does he owe you? 50 gold. Pay the barkeep. Button. Pay the barkeep. He pockets the gold with a smile on his face. Thank you. Really? Not your fault. What your brother did. Let me get you a drink. On the house. Ellipsis. The barkeep grabs one of the last clay jugs from the shelf and puts it down on the counter next to the satchel. Previous. Main gold. 530. Encumbrance. 21 of 28. Level. 8. Health points 270 of 270. Notifications 1. Gold minus 50. Button. Take the clay jug. Button. Take the clay jug. 1 for the road. Eh? Good luck. Ellipsis. The barkeep grabs the broom and starts sweeping the floor. Open the satchel. Button. Open the satchel. There are 3 documents in the satchel. A cursory glance reveals that 2 of them were composed by your brother, as his clumsy handwriting is easily recognized. The first seems to be a brief continuation of his journal. The second is a map of the town of Sickle, and the third document was clearly written by someone else, as evidenced by the ornate runes. Previous. Inventory tab. Close inventory. Notifications 4. Gained jug of red wine. Gained scroll. The Journal of Alec Barnabas. 3rd page. Gained map. Town of Sickle. Gained scroll. The Chant of Dark Brigade. Button. Close inventory. Medicine. 2. Food. Medicine. Tool. Treasure 3. Scripture. 11. Scripture. Book. Gutter Snipe Tap. Book. Memories from Talon. Book. The Journal of Miriam Barnabas. Book. The Law of the Land New. Pamphlet. Necropolis. Book. The Law of the Land New. Pamphlet. Necropolis Empira. Scroll. Proof of Citizenry. Scroll. Proof of Citizenry. Scroll. The Chant of Dark Brigade New. Scroll. The Journal of Alec Barnabas. Scroll. The Journal of Alec Stone Tablet. Can't. Weapon. Stone. Scroll. The Journal of Alec Barnabas. 3rd page. New. Scroll. The Journal of Alec. Only a few words have been hastily scrawled on this crumpled parchment. Read. Button. Read. Close. Close. It's a war between black cloaks and black masks. Slave poachers. Cartel scum. Kill him dead. Till I find the truth. First target. Chief Simeon. Beheaded. Rest of them burned alive. Deserved it. Corrupt bastards. Next target. The Vice Club. Not far from the barracks. Go figure. Close. Button. Close. Button. Close. Button. Close inventory tab. There are 3 documents in the set. Previous. Look at the map. Button. Look at the map. The entire town has been sketched out on the parchment, but the blocks around the marketplace are shown in greater detail. The militia barracks are circled and crossed out. Another place is highlighted nearby. A so-called vice club, located in a back alley. Leave. But character tab. Leave. Button. Leave. You open the door and step outside. A massive brawl has erupted in the marketplace. Countless people are fighting tooth and nail. Observe the hostilities. Observe the hostilities. It's really quite brutal, and by the looks of it, these are all common citizens. Judging by their apparel, it seems they belong to rival clans. Fueled by drunken rage, most of them fight with their fists, though some are wielding clubs and daggers. Follow the map. Character tab. Follow the map. Follow the map. Screams echo in the night. Walking down the empty street from the marketplace, you get the feeling that somebody is watching. Look around. Button. Look around. Your eyes probe the dark alleys and dilapidated buildings. No sign of movement. All the window shutters are closed. Keep walking. Button. Keep walking. You approach the scorched ruins of the militia barracks. Torn to shreds, the Highland banner still hangs above the entrance, billowing in the wind. A falcon is perched on the rooftop. Look up. Button. Look up. The falcon spreads its wings and takes flight from the rooftop. The crescent moon and red serpent shine bright in the night sky. Consult the map. Button. Consult the map. According to the map, the so-called Vice Club can be reached by heading down the alley to your left. Enter the alley. Button. Enter the alley. You cross paths with a lone wanderer in the dark alley, barely clothed and drenched in blood. He seems to be in a state of shock. Talk to him. Button. Talk to him. Eyes wide open and brimming with fear, he whispers, all I wanted was, ellipsis, to relax, ellipsis, have some fun, ellipsis, but they just, ellipsis, they just, ellipsis. What happened? Button. What happened? They just, ellipsis, they just barged in, ellipsis, black masks, ellipsis, was a bloodbath, ellipsis. Are you hurt? Button. Are you hurt? Shaking his head, he stutters, didn't even, ellipsis, didn't even look at me, ellipsis, they just, ellipsis, they just, ellipsis. The man walks away, whispering to himself. Keep walking. Button. Keep walking. Look around. No notifications. A blue lantern sheds light on a staircase, which leads down to a cellar door. Look around. Button. Walk down the stairs. Button. Walk down the stairs. The stone steps are stained with blood. The cellar door has been left ajar. YouTube. Now look around. Button. Look around. The narrow alley is a dead end. This must be the place. Enter. Button. Character tab. Enter. Button. Enter. The foyer is illuminated by wall sconces. The air is thick with opium and gore. A dead man dressed in a black cloak lies mutilated near the doorway. His guts have spilled all over the place. A trail of blood leads to the next room. Look around. Button. Look around. Runes have been carved into the brick wall. The inscription reads, members only. Plunder the corpse. Button. Plunder the corpse. The man in the black cloak has a coin pouch attached to his belt, clutched by a severed hand. An otherwise pristine sword lies next to him. Go to the next room. Go back outside. Go to the next room. Go to the next room. You enter a spacious and extravagant parlor, furnished with padded couches and lit by chandeliers. The teal curtains have been slashed apart, much like the dead bodies on the floor, all of which are draped in black cloaks. Look around. Button. Look around. The walls are lined with tapestries. The tables are littered with water pipes, tankards, and clay jugs. There's a harp in the corner, placed between a cracked mirror and a doorway. Search the parlor. Button. Search the parlor. Used. You find some booze. Search the parlor. Search the parlor. Used. Having carefully searched every nook and cranny, you find something under a couch. It's a flask of opium tincture. One of the patrons must have dropped it. Search the parlor. Used. Button. Plunder the corpses. Button. Plunder the corpses. No less than 3 men have been left to rot in the parlor. You remove their earthly possessions, hoping that you will be able to put them to better use. Search. Go to the next room. Button. Notifications. 9. Gold plus 5 2 times gained iron scimitar. Gained jug of moonshine. Past perception check. Gained laudanum. Gold plus 20 gained 5 times silver ring. Gained 3 times silver amulet. Button. No less. Search the parlor. Go to the next room. Button. Search the parlor. Search the parlor. Used. You find nothing of value. Search the parlor. Go to the next. Go back. Go to the next room. Go to the next room. The door has been kicked in. You walk over it and step into a private office. Dressed in black, a headless corpse lies next to a broken strongbox. There's an open cell door behind the desk. Slightly askew, a framed oil painting hangs on the wall. Plunder the corpse. Button. Plunder the corpse. Looks like someone dropped the iron strongbox on his head. Globs of brain matter and shards of glass float around in the growing pool of blood, which seems to be mixed with some kind of alchemical substance. It smells like opium tincture. Examine the desk. Button. Examine the desk. There's an open ledger on the desk. The drawers have been pulled out and emptied in the corner. Various trinkets and crumpled parchments are piled up next to the overturned chair. Examine the documents. Button. Examine the documents. It's all written in code. You can't make sense of it. Examine the ledger. Button. Examine the ledger. The pages are dense with runes and numbers. Judging by the latest entries, profits have been dwindling. Look at the oil painting. Button. Look at the oil painting. The painting on the wall depicts a ship at sea, sailing under the full moon, adorned with a crown of opium poppies. A pale mermaid swims below the surface of troubled waters. Her lustful gaze is uncanny. Go to the next room. Button. Go to the next room. Go to the next room. You enter a dark holding cell, where a crowd of naked men and women stare at you with fearful eyes. Despite the fact that the shackles have been removed from their athletic bodies, the prisoners are standing perfectly still. What are you doing here? Button. What are you doing here? A woman replies, waiting. Why don't you leave? Button. Why don't you leave? A young man replies, because the word has not been given. You don't have to stay here. Come with me. Ellipsis. Button. You don't have to stay here. Come with me. Shaking her head, a young woman replies, no, we shall keep waiting. Don't you know that slavery is against the law of the land? Button. Don't you know that slavery is against the law of the land? A young man replies, we are not slaves. We are proud to serve. We are here by choice. Your masters have fallen. Staying here is nothing but folly. Ellipsis. Button. Whom do you serve? Button. Your masters have fallen. Your masters have fallen. Staying here is not. A young woman replies. Others will come for us. Until then, we shall keep waiting. Whom do you serve? Button. Whom do you serve? Your question is met with silence. You people have lost your minds. Ellipsis. Button. You people have lost your minds. Ellipsis. A woman replies. The killer with the black mask said the same thing. And then he left. Ellipsis. Search the holding cell. Button. Search the holding cell. Used. You discover a variety of torture devices, each more cruel than the other. There is a rack and an iron chair, as well as other strange contraptions that are unlike anything you have ever seen before. Search the holding cell. Used. Button. Search the holding cell. Used. You find nothing of value. Search. Go back to the office. Button. Go back outside. Button. Go back outside. You open the cellar door and step outside. The night is cold and still dark. The blue lantern sheds light on the dead-end alley. Walk up the stairs. Button. Go back inside. Walk up the stairs. Button. Notifications for gold plus 20 gained iron scimitar. Gain 3 times silver ring. Gain 3 times silver amulet. Button. Walk up the go back and walk up the stairs. But walk up the stairs. Shrouded in black cloaks, 3 strangers emerge from the shadows around you. The silent hoodlums are brandishing iron scimitars. The imperious voice of an unseen woman echoes in the dark alley. Take him alive. Fight. Surrender. Button. Fight. Button. Initiating combat. Cartel N4. Your turn. End turn. Apply. Move. Move. Pummel. Puncture unavailable. Attack. 12. Attack. Critical minus 19. Attack. Unavailable. 12 to 14. Minus 12. Puncture. Pummel. Move. Apply combat stance. Apply activate. Aggressive. Defensive 1 action. Cartel Enforcer 2's active. Cartel Enforcer 1. Distance from you. 1. Attack. Evade. Cartel Enforcer 3's turn. Protected. Cartel Enforcer 1's turn. Protected. Your turn. Cartel Enforcer. Attack. 12 to 14 damage. Minus 11. Puncture. Cost. Pummel. Cop. Minus 11. Minus 11. Critical minus 19. Puncture. Cop. Puncture. Cop. Minus 19. Your advanced Cartel Enforcer 3's turn. Protected. Your turn. Barrel lid. Prep. Your advanced barrel. Bronze. Attack. 12 to 14. Attack. Minus 11. Puncture. Cost. 1 action. Minus 18. Pummel. Cop. Minus 12. Minus 12. Minus 12. Your turn. End turn. Apply. Move. Move. Pummel. Puncture. Cost. 1 action. 1000. Minus 18. Pummel. Cost. 1. Minus 11. Minus 12. Minus 12. Puncture. Attack. Attack. Critical minus 19. Cartel Enforcer 3's turn. Defensive stance. Your turn. Attack. 12 to 4. Attack. Minus 12. Attack. Unavailable. 12 to 4. You have killed the hooded swordsman, but others are approaching. The voice of the unseen woman commands. Surrender. Barnabas. Who are you? Button. Notifications. 6. 3 times gain 10 experience. Gold plus 22 gained 5 times silver ring. Gained silver amulet. Button. You have killed the hooded. Who are you? Button. Who are you? A falcon descends from the night sky. It lands on the leather gauntlet of a pale woman. A silver brooch glistens on her black cloak. She unveils a sword with her left hand. We are the Kiris cartel, and you are coming with us. What do you want? But fight. But what do you want? Button. What do you want? It's just business. Nothing personal. Fight. Button. Initiating combat. Cartel and Crime Lord's turn. Hold. Your turn. End turn. Apply combat. Apply. Activate. Aggressive. Defensive 1 action. Attack. Activates. End turn. Apply. Move. Move. Pummel. Puncture on attack. 12. Attack. Minus 10. Minus 11. Crime Lord's turn. Hold. Cartel Enforcer 2's turn. Block. Attack. Protected. Your turn. Apply combat. Move forward. Move. Pummel. Puncture. Attack. 12. Attack. Minus 11. Pummel. Caught. Minus 10. Minus 11. Minus 11. Puncture. Minus 18. Falcon's turn. Block. Crime Lord's turn. Move. Glide. Glide. Cartel Enforcer 3's turn. Attack. Block. Attack. Protected. 'Your turn. Your turn. Apply combat. Move forward. Move. Pummel. Puncture. Attack. 12. Attack. Minus 11. Pummel. Caught. Minus 10. Minus 11. Puncture. Minus 18. Falcon's turn. Block. Crime Lord's turn. Move. Glide. Glide. Cartel Enforcer 3's turn. Attack. Block. Attack. Protected. Your turn. Barrel lid. Press to equip. Attack. Puncture. Attack. 12 to 14 damage. Bronze barrel lid. Your health. Effect. Your act. Cartel. Crime Lord. Cartel Enforcer 2. Selected. Distance from you. 1. Health. 76 of 76. Cartel Enforcer 1. Defeated. Dim. Cartel Enforcer 3. Distance from you. 1. Health. 76 of 76. End turn. Apply. Move. Move. Pummel. Caught. Punch. Pummel. Caught. -10. -10. Critical -18. Puncture unavailable. Attack. Attack. -11. Puncture. Caught. -17. Cartel Enforcer 2's turn. Defensive stance. Evade. Crime Lord's turn. -30. Glide. Cut. Evade. Falcon's turn. -19. Your turn. Attack. 12 to 14 damage. -10. Pummel. Cost. 1. Protected. Protected. Evade. Turns. Turn. Falcon. Crime Lord. Selected. Cartel Enforcer 1. Defeated. Cartel Enforcer 3. Distance. Cartel Enforcer 3. Selected. Cartel Enforcer 2. Defeated. Dimmed. End turn. Apply. Move. Pummel unavailable. Puncture unavailable. Attack. Attack. -10. Cartel Enforcer 3's turn. Attack. Protected. Protected. Crime Lord's turn. -35. Glide. Cut. Critical -75. Your turn. Lead -7. Lead. Attack. 12 to 14. -10. Pummel. Cost. -10. -11. -10. Puncture unavailable. Puncture unavailable. Attack. Your advantage. 82 of 5. Crime Lord's turn. Aggressive stance. Hamstring. Lock. Attack. -41. Falcon's turn. -18. Crime Lord's turn. Lock. Glide. Hamstring. Lock. Your turn. Lead. Lead -17. Lead -17. Attack. 12 to 14 damage. Attack. Evade. Pummel unavailable. Puncture unavailable. Attack. Attack. Evade. Protected. Crime Lord's turn. Evade. Glide. Hamstring. Lock. Falcon's turn. -19. Do not resist. The wounds are too much to bear. You drop to your knees. They wrap a chain around your neck. The cloaked woman barks. Round up the slaves. Destroy all evidence. Notifications. 7. 3 times gain 10 experience. You leveled up. Gold plus 24 gained 5 times silver ring. Gain 2 times silver amulet. Button. Notifications. Character tab. Character tab. Character tab. Tab. 1 point. Increase 2. Plus 2. Lock chance. Plus 2. Increase resilience with 1. Button. Increase resilience. 3. Inventory tab. Close character tab. Close character tab. Tab. Health points 21 of 310. Try to break free. Button. Try to break free. It's no use. The chain around your neck is too tight. The crime lord says, this town is a lost cause. We're leaving. Follow them. Button. Follow them. Bound and gagged. You march in lockstep with a chain gang of naked slaves. The crime lord brings you to the ruins of a church. A hooded swordsman waits by the entrance. He says, the betrayers have been captured. Found him in the catacombs. Put up a fight. One of them got away. She gives him a nod. They enter the building. Previous. It's enter the church ruins. Button. Enter the church ruins. Observe. Moonlight seeps in from the holes in the vaulted ceiling. Wounded and hogtied. 3 captives lie bleeding among the rubble. Their faces are concealed by black masks. Approaching them, the crime lord says, let's have some fun, shall we? Observe. Character tab. Observe. Button. Observe. One by one, the captives are unmasked and beheaded. When the face of the third man is revealed, the crime lord hesitates. Lowering her bloody scimitar, she looks back at you with a puzzled expression. Look at the prisoner's face. Button. Look at the prisoner's face. His face is bruised and swollen, yet there is no mistaking it. The prisoner is none other than Alec Barnabas. He is barely conscious and struggles to breathe. The crime lord takes a closer look at your injured brother. She says, well, I'll be damned. Ellipsis, 2 birds with 1 stone. Try to get his attention. Remain silent. Try to get his attention. Try to get his attention. The gag prevents you from speaking. The crime lord says, this one is on the list. Precious cargo. Make sure to patch him up before he bleeds out. She walks away, heading deeper into the church ruins. The others are, follow them. Button. Follow them. The crime lord leads the way down to the catacombs. Carrying a torch, another hoodlum waits below, speaking in hushed tones. He walks by her side through the underground passage. You feel weary. Keep walking. Button. Keep walking. The procession keeps moving until you finally step out on the shore of a lake. A ship is waiting on the dark waters. Hours have passed since you arrived in the town of Sickle, but the sun has not yet risen. The palisades and watchtowers loom above the hillside cavern from which you emerged. You feel exhausted. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. Catch your breath. You and the other prisoners are taken aboard the ship, trapped in a confined space below deck. The last thing you see before they close the hatch is the red serpent in the night sky. At this point in time, it seems that all hope is lost. Rest, button. Rest. Think, but you lie down among the other prisoners. There is barely any room. You find it hard to breathe. Everyone is quiet. It's pitch black. You close your eyes, exploring the darkness within. Think, button. Think. Life always seems to slip away from your grasp. During the war, countless lives were taken by your hand. All the suffering that followed might as well be due punishment. Dream, button. Dream. You move from one nightmare to another. The face of your sister, fading away in the burning city. The face of your brother, drenched in blood. Open your eyes, button. Open your eyes. Look around. The coming days and nights are miserable. You lose track of time in the darkness. Your brother is with you, but he does not speak. Still breathing, but barely so. The light is blinding when they open the hatch. Famished and locked in chains, you and the others are brought to the river shore of a black wasteland. Notifications 2. Gained 50 experience. Completed objective explore the town of Sickle. Button. Character tab. Tab. Close level 9. Level 9. Experience 1610 of 1900. Attributes. Open tool. Derivative. Open. Strength. 3. Health. 21. Charisma. 1. Protection. 15. Resilience. 3. +2. Speed. +2. 3. Plus speed. 1.3. Agility. 4. Lock chance. 23. Perception. 3. -1. 3. -1. Inventory. Close character tab. Health points 21 of 310. The coming day. Previous. You move from look around. Button. Character tab. Look around. Button. Look around. Hooded swordsmen are waiting by a couple of horse-drawn wagons. The skies are gray. Whirlwinds of black dust sweep across the desolate expanse. Where are we? Button. Where are we? A hooded swordsman replies, south of Telis Crossing, Blacklands of Grave Coast. Where are you taking us? But where are you taking us? The crime lord replies, shut up. Wait, button. Wait. Your unconscious brother is being carried on a stretcher. They put him in the back of a wagon, along with you and the rest of the slaves. And so begins a long journey across the barren landscape. A jug of water is being passed around among your fellow travelers. Look around, button. Look around. The wooden cage is filled to capacity, naked, motionless, and kept in chains. The slaves look back at you with blank stares. Your brother drink some water, button. The wooden cage is filled to capacity, naked, motionless, and kept in chains. The slaves look back at you with blank stares. Your brother lies resting at your feet. Slivers of daylight illuminate the particles of black dust in the air. Drink some water, button. Drink some water. You take a sip of water from the clay jug and pass it along. Talk to the others, button. Talk to the others, used. Our masters will protect us. Talk to the others, sleep, character sleep, button, sleep. Dreams of the burning city, same as it ever was? It seems that no matter how far you travel, there is no escape from the crematorium, in which your soul burns. Your brother is at your side, knee-deep in a river of blood. He turns to you and whispers, I can't believe it. Ellipsis. Dreams of the burning city, same as it ever was? It seems that no matter how far you travel, there is no escape from the crematorium, in which your soul burns. Your brother is at your side, knee-deep in a river of blood. He turns to you and whispers, I can't believe it. Ellipsis, you're still alive. Please, ellipsis, wake up. Ellipsis, the infernal war zone begins to unravel. Previous. Open your eyes. Character tab. No notifications. Dimmed. Dream. Previous. Open your eyes. But open your eyes. It's good to see you having barely woken up. You are embraced by your brother, who whispers in your ear. So glad to see you again. Ellipsis. Even if the circumstances could be a whole lot better. Ellipsis. He leans back, allowing you to glimpse the many scars on his face. It's good to see you too. Finding you is no easy task. Ellipsis. Button. Finding you is no easy task. Ellipsis. Alec whispers. Keep your voice down. The overseer might be listening. Ellipsis. Look around. Button. Character. Look around. But look around. You are chained by the ankle to a rock wall at the bottom of a pit. The place is dark and crowded. Most of the others are sleeping. A man in a black cloak is looking down from above. The torch in his hand is the only source of light. What is this place? Button. What is this place? Alec whispers. Slave pit. How did we get here? Button. How did we get here? Alec whispers. I don't know. You tell me. Last thing I remember. Ellipsis. Is the catacombs. Why is this happening to us? Button. Why is this happening to us? He whispers, I don't have all the answers, but I do know one thing. Ellipsis, our family is being targeted. That's what happened during the siege. These people, the Kiris cartel. Ellipsis, they kidnapped our sister. Ellipsis, what? They took Miriam? How can you be what? They took Miriam? How can you be so? Alec whispers emphatically. Keep. Ellipsis, your. Ellipsis, voice. Ellipsis, down. These people are no joke. He throws a nervous glance at the overseer. Listen, Ellipsis, I can't explain everything, but it'll take a while. Ellipsis, and you're not going to like it. Got plenty of time on our hands. Ellipsis, button. Got plenty of time on our hands. Ellipsis, back in the slums of Logut. I sometimes wondered, ellipsis, is there more to this? Patrolling the streets, busting heads, ellipsis, and for what? Small-time crooks got locked up or hung, but nothing ever changed. All this robbing, killing, stealing, ellipsis, it just kept going, as if the place was cursed. Ellipsis. Listen, button. Is there a point? Listen, button. Listen. The more time I spent in the slums, the more I, well you know, partook, gambling, boozing, all that good stuff, took a few bribes, looked the other way, figured there was no point in trying to make a difference. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. But I was wrong. I see that now. The slums were cursed, by the crime lords of the Karis cartel. That's where all the money was going. They were pulling the strings, just enough to keep the whole thing from falling apart. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. But back then, I had no idea. The war came, and the Western District was wiped out. Miriam was gone. Everybody told me she was dead, so I let it go. Tried to turn over a new leaf. But long after the war was over, I finally learned the truth. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. You see, there's a man who dwells in the dungeons of Riverside Outpost. Maybe you've heard of him. Armel the Torturer knows how to break a man down and make him sing. Does it like nobody else. One day I got to drinking with him. So I asked him where he learned it from. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. And he told me, about the Karis cartel and what they do. It all seemed a bit far-fetched to me, but we kept talking. Explained to me that he used to be a part of it. And that's how he learned. From the worst of the worst. His former master. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. Oleg looks around. All these people down here, they are more than just slaves. They are sick. Their minds are broken. They have no will of their own. And it's all because of the cartel's methods. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. Armel told me that he used to be the same way. It was more than loyalty. It was more than fear. When the master spoke, he had to obey. The mere thought of doing otherwise was sickening. Painful even. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. But during the siege, everything changed. From out of nowhere, a stranger showed up at their doorstep and killed his master. Armel couldn't believe his eyes, nor could the others. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. Usually, this type of thing would be cause for swift and violent retribution, but the spell was broken, and they didn't retaliate, because the stranger was different, used to be a slave, just like them, freed from the shackles. They all bowed down. But this time, it was by choice. Keep listening. Is there a point to the character tab? Is there a point to the story? Button. Keep listening. Keep listening. They had a new master, who showed them a new way, led them across the bridge to the battlegrounds, where they clashed with the foreign army. All the things they had learned from the cartel were now used for the common good. Still draped in black cloaks, they became known as the Dark Brigade, known for being vicious and relentless. Keep listening, button. Keep listening. When the war was over, the master went east, determined to seek vengeance against the cartel. Some followed, but not all of them, hoping to start a new life. Armel joined the militia, but he stayed in touch with his comrades. Is there a point to the story? Button. Is there a point to the story? I've joined the Dark Brigade. We are at war with the Karis cartel. That's the whole purpose of the organization. Reason why I joined is because they showed me proof. Miriam was a target. Her name was listed in a ledger. Damn slave poachers even marked the date. And guess what? It was the night when she disappeared. Do you think our sister is still alive? Button. Do you think our sister is still alive? Maybe. Far as we know, Sickle was the last cartel stronghold on the Western Highlands. Check the ledger when we hit the Vice Club. Miriam's name was in it. Apparently, they brought her over there about 9 months ago. Got moved elsewhere after that. Why not bring this evidence to the militia? Button. Why not bring this evidence to the militia? Why bother? They won't listen. They never do. Besides, I'm done with the militia. I thought the Dark Brigade was just an old wives' tale. Button. I thought the Dark Brigade was just an old wives' tale. It's real. Maybe the war stories are exaggerated. Who knows? Did you murder Chief Simeon? Button. Did you murder Chief Simeon? Chief Simeon was corrupt. Before the war, he did time in Dusk Megalith. Nobody knew about his background, but he was a cartel operative, so he had to go. Simple as that. Did you burn down the barracks of Sickle? Button. Did you burn down the barracks of Sickle? Yeah. Things got out of hand, but I regret nothing. The corruption ran deep. We gave the town a fresh start. Tell me more about the Dark Brigade. Button. Tell me more about the Dark Brigade. It's a tough crew, doing the right thing. Already told you more than I should. But you're my brother. And family comes first. Always. Tell me more about the Karis cartel. Button. Tell me more about the Karis cartel. They're building something. He throws a nervous glance at the overseer. You've already seen enough to understand what they're about. Slaves. Opium. But it's bigger than that. Got a whole city in the marshlands. And they're spinning their webs all over TM Karis. What do you think we should do? Button. What do you think we should do? Hate to break it to you, but, this gotta be the end of the road. We're trapped down here. They got us. Not a whole lot we can do about it. You're right. Our days are numb. Don't give up. Character tab. Don't give up. We'll find a way out of this. Button. Don't give up. We'll find a way out of this. Oleg smiles. Brother, I love you. More than anything. But there's a big difference between having a positive outlook, and wishful thinking. Just saying. You got us into this mess. The gods will quit your belly aching. Whining never helped anybody. Button. Quit your belly aching. Whining never helped anybody. Oleg laughs. You always were a tough son of a bitch. Someone opens the door upstairs. Daylight falls into the slave pit. Take a look. Button. Take a look. A woman with a black cloak stands in the doorway. It's the crime lord from Sickle. She gives a nod to the overseer. He walks down the stairs. One by one, he removes the shackles from the slaves in the pit. The obedient prisoners head for the exit upstairs. The crime lord scribbles on a scrap of parchment as each of them walks past her. Previous. Talk to Oleg. Button. Talk to Oleg. He whispers, guess it's time to go. Ellipsis. To the underworld. Or worse. Ellipsis. Observe. Button. Observe. There are only a few slaves left in the pit. The crime lord says, got room for one more. Take him. She points at your brother. The overseer approaches. Alex stands up and speaks with a defiant grin. Gonna have to do this the hard way. Ellipsis. The overseer knocks him out cold with an iron scepter. The crime lord barks. Careful with the merchandise. Previous. No, take me. You'll pay for this. Button. You'll pay for this. Your brother is dragged upstairs and taken outside. Without saying another word, the crime lord exits the building, closing the door behind her. The slave pit is shrouded in darkness. Try to break free. Button. Try to break free. It's no use. The chains cannot be broken, no matter how hard you try. Face. Talk to the other prisoners. Button. Rest. Button. Rest. Time passes, and your thoughts keep racing. There's no telling how many hours you spend ruminating in the dark pit. The silence of the sleepless night is broken by a sudden scream. Something is going on outside. Listen. Button. Listen. More screams. Clangs of metal. The slaves whisper in fear. Moments later, the door opens, illuminating their faces. Take a look. Button. Take a look. Flames are burning outside. A man with a black cloak stumbles in through the doorway. It's the overseer. He is wounded. A shadowy figure creeps up behind him, burying a sword in his throat. He drops the iron scepter and falls over the railing. The slaves gasp when his body hits the cavern floor. Cry for help. Button. Remain silent. Button. Remain silent. The shadowy figure walks down the stairs. It's a woman with a black mask, holding a torch and a bloody saber. She looks at the cowering slaves in the pit. Having spotted you, she approaches. The masked woman speaks with confusion in her voice. You are not him. Where is he? My brother, they already took him away. Ellipsis. My brother, they already took him away. Cursing under her breath. The masked woman grabs a key from the corpse of the overseer. Crouching down, she unlocks the chain around your ankle. Who are you? Button. Thank you. Who are you? Button. Who are you? The masked woman takes off her rucksack and puts it down on the cavern floor. She says, looted the place before I torched it. Mostly junk. Maybe some of it belongs to you. Ellipsis. Open the rucksack. Button. Open the rucksack. You retrieve your belongings. There's some food and money as well, along with a few odd trinkets. Raising her sword, the masked woman approaches one of the prisoners, still locked in chains. He begs for mercy. Stop her. Button. Do not intervene. Button. Do not intervene. The masked woman executes the prisoner, slashing his throat without hesitation. Ignoring their cries for mercy, she quickly makes sure that the other slaves meet the same gruesome fate. She looks down at their twitching bodies, musing, strange. Ellipsis. No matter how far gone, they still cling to life. Ellipsis. Why not let them live? Button. Why not let them live? The masked woman replies, afflicted minds are beyond redemption. Their master will return. She walks up the stairs and heads for the exit. Look around. Button. Follow her. Look around. Button. Look around. The cavernous pit is littered with the corpses of naked slaves. Their overseer lies face down in a pool of blood, right next to his iron scepter. Plunder the corpse of the overseer. Plunder the corpse of the overseer. You find some money and jewelry. Pick up the iron scepter. Button. Pick up the iron scepter. You pick up the iron scepter from the cavern floor. Exit the building. Button. Character tab. Exit the building. Button. Exit the building. You walk up the stairs and step outside. Standing in front of the jailhouse, you feel the heat from the flames of a burning cottage. The masked woman is nowhere in sight. Look around. Button. Look around. Built on the base of a mountain, the secluded compound is enclosed by rocks and foliage. You can't hear screams of anguish from the burning cottage. The woman with the black mask steps out from an open stable, leading a reluctant horse. Approach the masked woman. Button. Approach the masked woman. She mounts the stolen horse, which rises in protest. Once the beast has calmed down, the masked woman looks at you and says, this is Reich Valley. Your brother has likely been taken to Penumbria, which lies beyond the mountains to the east. Let's travel together. Button. Let's travel together. No, you are not one of us. Why do you believe that my brother was taken to Penumbria? Button. Why do you believe that my brother was taken to Penumbria? The cartel has a strong presence in Penumbria. Gonna look for him in Port Eldritch. Perhaps I will meet you there. Ellipsis. May I join the Dark Brigade? Button. May I join the Dark Brigade? He told you about that, huh? She turns quiet for a moment. Listen, I have to get going. Ellipsis. Farewell. Button. Farewell. Take my advice. Ellipsis. Forget the things you have seen. Go back to your home on the Western Highlands. If I ever find your brother, I'll make sure that he pays you a visit someday. With those words, she rides off on the stolen horse, heading towards the open gate. Enter the stable. Button. Approach the gate. Inventory tab. Has update or inventory tab. Has update. Notifications 8. Gold plus 12 gained 4 times pair. Gained rope. Gained garnet. Gold plus 5 gained iron scepter. Gained 50 experience. Completed objective escape from captivity. Button. Tool. Quests tab. Has no note. Quest. Close it. Character. Scripture. Treasure. Tool. Medicine. 2. Medicine. 2. 1. Bandages 4. Laudanum. 3. New. Laudanum 3. Contraband slash 1 use. Button. Use. Close inventory tab. Tab. Notifications 1. Health plus 289. Button. Previous. Main menu. Gold. 600. Encumbrance. 21 of 20. Gold. 600. Encumbrance. 21 of 29. Level. 9. Health points 310 of 310. Character tab. Tab. Character tab. Level 9. Level 9. Experience 1660 of 1900. Attributes. Headache. Opened. Derivatives. Opened. Strength. 3. Health. 300. Charisma. 1. Protect. 15. Resilient. 3. Plus 2. Speed. 1.3. Agility. 4. Lock chance. 23. Perception. 3. -1. Inventory. Close character tab. Tab. Take my preview. Main menu. Gold. Main menu. Main menu. Continue. New game. Save game. Button. Save game. Take my advice. Ellipsis. Forget the things you have seen. Go back to your home on the Western Highlands. If I ever find your brother, I'll make sure that he pays you a visit someday. With those words, she rides off on the stolen horse, heading towards the open gates.